Hi everyone, how are you doing? Today on Diction and School Matters, we shall be looking at an important topic. Like I said, I didn't know anything about monetization before I started this page or before I started Diction and School Matters. It has been in me to have a page where I will correct so many ill things going on in the school, going on around children, and in the area of speech. Now, that is not really where I'm going to, but then it's part of it all. This thing I want to say now, I'm not saying it because of the schools I take, it's not because of them. It is because of what is going on in schools generally. I have worked in places where staffs are paid 13 months in a year. I've also worked in a place where a head teacher was given a car and accommodation by the same school where she was the head teacher. I don't know if she's still there now. So I have worked in places where a head teacher had been settled after working for 10 years, though I wasn't there for as long as 10 years. And she was settled with some amount of money that was enough for her to also have her own school in the same state. Now, why are all this possible? They are made possible because the owner of the school included them in their growth plans. And if you try to do what I'm about to tell you, that might be the answers to those prayers of you wanting your school to get to the next level or to be bustling with children. We want God to increase us, but then the resources God has given to us, do we see it as what God has given to us to aid people around us, especially those working with us? Yes, some persons will be like, what is she talking about? Is she doing the same thing for her team? Yes, I have a team. And what do we do? We are Dictionary School Matters is a speech company that goes to schools to train teachers and pupils, students, on how to sound like the native speakers. I can to do the little I can for them. You can ask my team members if you know them. So, but some school owners, it's not all the school owners. They copy things when it is bad, as in not increasing of salaries and not paying the 12th month and all the rest. But then, is that necessary? You should have a vision and a plan for your business. And if you are that one person who have not seen the need to see how you can affect the life of your staff members positively, as in a way of increasing their salaries and all of that, please have a rethink and have a change of mind, particularly now that we are on holiday. Now, this holiday period, think about it. It is not only including them when it comes to collecting of school fees, when parents then pay, or when there is an issue in the school. Include them also when there is an increment, when nobody knew about it. Like I said, I've worked in a school where when there was, I didn't even know the manner or how they increase, though they told me, but it was not really in my head. But when the time came, they called me because they couldn't meet up to it. They called me and explained to me that they're going to add it, they are going to start it for me the next term. And they did. Why? Because they included all the staff in their growth plans. And this is what most schools don't want to hear or they don't want to do. I have always told people that God is a businessman that wouldn't want to waste his resources. So if you how if God gives you a resources and says that that resources is just for you and your family alone, without you considering your workers and others to see how you can aid their lives, He will be looking at you. Why you keep praying for increment? The increment, if at all you prayed so much, it will be dropping like water, or dropping like a drop of water. But when you do the needful and pray the prayers you ought to pray, you will see explosion. Even if your prayer can't do much, the prayers of those ones who have affected their life positively will do much more. And when you are that person who pays teachers what they deserve, when there is you include them in your increment plans, what happens? You discover that your school will naturally be growing and you will not really lack teachers, because people wouldn't want to go to where their salaries won't be increased, where they will not be well paid. But that doesn't mean you will pay above what you can pay. But pay according to what you can comfortably pay. When you stand before God and you can tell God that this is what you're paying, and God will be happy with you. Have them in your plans and know, okay, this is this and this and that. That is when I'm going to have an increment of this, increment of that. Don't exclude them. They are humans. They have families. They have future. They are working for you. Does not mean that you treat them the way you feel that is good, but it's not really good. Even when they complain, you feel that, all what you care about, let them work, put in their best and all of that. That is not it. Let's look inward and do the right things for our teachers, so that we will encourage the upcoming generation or upcoming teachers to also derive joy in teaching. What you are paying, if you know that that is what you can pay based on the level of your school, fine. The people I'm talking about are those ones that can comfortably pay 12 months, instead of them to pay that 12 months, they are joining the schools that cannot afford that 12 months to pay 8 months, 9 months, and thereabout. And some schools as well can pay some reasonable amount of money. When they discover that some schools pay less than them, they pay even lesser than those schools that were emulated to pay. So please, let's consider our teachers and include them in our growth plans. I want to do your best to always share my video. Do well to share it. Follow me. If you have not followed me, follow me now on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Diction and School Matters.